Hey, what's good, my fellow masters? As expected, the rerun of the Servant Summer Camp event is upon us, though not starting quite exactly 1 week from the beginning of the My Super Camelot Grail front, just being a day later than I was speculating. The main thing is Lassangle didn't wait any longer than necessary to progress with the event schedule, and with the Servant Summer Camp Revival Lite scheduled to run from May 16th to June 5th, I think we're on track to get the Lost Belt 6 pre-release on or around May 29th, as I mentioned in my recent SQ video. Of course, this is assuming the LB6 pre-release keeps to the 7 or so days of overlap with the rerun of Servant Summer Camp. For this summer event rerun, you only need to have cleared Fuyuki. So if you're a new master, then you should have no problem meeting the eligibility requirements. In fact, newer masters are very much encouraged to play through this event, as there is a free 4-star Lancer Servant that can be obtained. More on this a little later. If you have already played through this event last year, then naturally you already know what to expect. This guide is merely to act as both a refresher and to provide a relatively straightforward overview to newer players. This is a mission-based event, where various missions require to be completed in order to progress through the story. There are 100 missions in total, and they can provide a bit of a roadmap of what free quests to focus on as the need arises. So as you start out, you want to clear any available main quests. This will either unlock a new main quest or a new free quest. Please note that the main quests for Servant Summer Camp are time-gated. Per the schedule indicated, Sections 1 and 2 will be unlocked on May 16th, albeit staggered by 20 hours, respectively. Then one further section will unlock per day until May 22nd, when 2 sections, 8 and 9, are both unlocked. The last 2 sections and the finale of the main quest will unlock on May 23rd. As the free quests become available, repeatedly clear them to complete various missions, which will unlock additional quests at certain points. Remember to mark the missions complete by claiming the mission reward to ensure the progression is logged and the next mission or quest is unlocked. There will also be special mini-scenario quests that come up, and clearing them will be needed in order to progress through the story, so keep an eye out for them to move the story forward. There is a day and night cycle for this event, and at certain points in the main quest, the time of day will change, which will be reflected on the event map. Please note that the free quests are different between day and night, so be mindful of this, as certain missions require the night cycle or access to the free quests available during the night cycle. When you have completed the prologue of the main story, then the new Mystic Code Chaldea Pathfinder will be awarded, along with a lovely second version of a swimsuit outfit for MASH. Or in the case of this being your second time playing through, it will be 100 mana prisms instead of the Mystic Code, and a rare prism instead of MASH's version 2 summer outfit. Once you completed the main story, 2 Holy Grails will be awarded, one at the end of the epilogue, and the second one once all of the Part 2 main quests are cleared. So do note that there are still story quests after the epilogue. Though if this is your second time playing through the event, the rewards will be crystallized lores instead of Holy Grails, and clearing all of the main story will net you 28 Saint Quartz, 6 golden apples, 4 silver, and 6 bronze apples. As was briefly mentioned at the beginning, by playing through this event you can obtain a free 4-star servant, specifically the Lancer class Yume Ren. This summer version of Consort U is a single target Lancer with a quick MP, and can be a really strong asset for those that may not have one in their rosters. I actually quite like this version of U, as her kit provides party-wide buffs to quick and critical damage, plus she has a targetable MP battery of 10 to 20%, and a one-time 5-turn guts for survivability. Summer U's MP does extra damage to melee enemies, along with inflicting both curse and burn damage to them. And we can't forget that being a free event servant, her NP level can be raised to 5 very easily. Summer U will join your party temporarily early on in the event story, and in order to make her permanent, you will need to clear the event story epilogue. Use Ascension items are obtainable from clearing several missions, missions 33, 41, 57, and 86. And her extra copies for increasing her MP level are also obtained through completing missions. That would be 3, 4, 5, and 6. If you have already obtained all 5 copies of Summer U last year, then a rare prism will be awarded for every copy of her from the 6th onwards. Remember to level her up during the event, as Summer Concert U will receive double EXP from Enhancement. It should also be noted there are some missions that require Summer U in order to complete. When she joins you temporarily, try to keep her in your party to make clearing these missions that much easier. There are 2 5-star craft essences obtainable as you play through the event, and both provide a specific event-related bonus. First is the event craft essence Chainsaw of the Dead, depicting a troubled-looking Chin Lang Yu in what seems to be a parody of a High School of the Dead manga cover, I guess? And equipping it will provide a 15% boost to the appearance rate of rare enemies. There is already a 25% base chance of rare enemies appearing, so if you had a total of 5 of this CE equipped, the appearance rate will become 100%. Its regular effects are an increase to arts performance by 8%, a 5% increase to resistance against crit attacks, and a 30% NP charge, which becomes 50% when max limit broken. 4 copies of Chainsaw of the Dead can be obtained from mission rewards, and 1 copy can be purchased from the event shop. Plus, there is always a chance of a random drop from one of the free quests. Now, the rare type is simply just an additional enemy marked rare in its name and will appear on occasion. Though there are several missions that require a certain quantity of a specific enemy to be defeated, I remember that I didn't have to really rely on the Chainsaw of the Dead CE that much. Simply the amount of farming I did naturally to clear the event shop was sufficient. The other 5-star event craft essence, Hide Hunter, with a sultry looking Calamity Jane lounging around in not very much, revolver and bullet in hand, but also handcuffed. No idea what's going on here, but I like it. This CE will provide a 100% damage bonus when equipped, and if max limit broken, the bonus increases to 200%. Unlike last year, 5 copies can be purchased from the event shop, which is nice this time around, as last year I wasn't lucky enough to get a 5th copy from free quest drops. Hide Hunter's regular effects are pretty nice for crit-based servants, providing 15 stars at the start of battle, along with 15% increase to both critical damage and NP gen rate, plus all attack scaling. Naturally, there are servants that also have an event damage bonus. Lancer Yume Ren, Moon Cancer Summer Kiara, and Foreigner Summer Abigail top the group with a damage bonus of 100%. Servants like Mash, Sigurd, Landling, and Emiya, plus the SR servants that were released during the Summer Servant Camp original run, Archer Ilya, Berserker Brynhilder, Rider Murasaki, and Saber Tomoe Gozen, will all have a 50% bonus to damage for the event. And the servants that have a 30% damage bonus are, for the most part, Summer servants from past events. Taking advantage of these servant bonuses whenever possible, either your own or through your friend support, can make clearing the event that much easier. When there's an event, then usually there is an event shop with lots of goodies. To help with farming up appropriate event shop currency, there are craft essences from the event summoning banners that will increase the currency drops. For this summer event, there are 2 sets of CEs. For the first set available with Banner 1, we have the 5-star CE Honey Lake with Yang Guifei looking pretty adorable. And as it turns out, the CE's effects are well suited to her in particular, but are also generally quite useful. It ignores invincibility and increases damage by 35% against enemies that are inflicted with the burn debuff. For the event, it provides a +1 drop bonus for mini chainsaws. This was a pretty sought after CE last year, especially if you had How How. So if you were missing a copy or 2 to max limit break, then this is your chance to try and get them. Assuming you have SQ to spare from your LB6 or anniversary savings. Then there is the 4-star Happy Drive, featuring an always bright and cheerful Nagiko enjoying some windsurfing. This CE provides a +1 drop to freshly picked vegetables. For the 3-star CE of this set, we have Horror Concierge, depicting Salome doing her best to be welcoming, with ethereal ghosts and all. For currency, this CE will provide a +1 drop to well-dried firewood. One copy of Horror Concierge can be obtained at the end of Act 1 of the event main quest. The second set of event gacha CEs are from the Servant Summer Camp mail banner. The 5-star CE from this set is Innocent Blue, featuring Odysseus doing his best summer modeling pose. Like Honey Lake, Innocent Blue provides a +1 to chainsaws. Regular effects are not too bad either, granting invincibility for 2 times, an arts performance increase of 10%, and split stats. The second event, 4-star CE, is Climbing Battle, and somehow it seems oddly fitting to me that it shows Beowulf and Achilles indulging in some fierce competition. A +1 drop to vegetable currency is the event bonus effect. And lastly, we have the second 3-star CE, BFF BBQ, depicting Kintoki kinda interrupting Mandricardo, who's just trying to load up his plate with food, and of course, there's Tawara Tota in the background, naturally in charge of rice balls. Like the other 3-star CE, this one provides a +1 bonus to firewood currency. Please note that the 3-star CEs are also available through the Friend Point Gacha, but keep in mind the chances to summon these specific CEs are very low. Once you have farmed up enough event currency, then it's off to the event shop to spend them. You will need a total of 3,600 mini chainsaws to purchase everything indicated here, which notably includes the Ascension/skill materials, 10 Fruits of Eternity, along with 20 each of Chaos Claws and Shells of Reminiscence. If you already have the Spiritron dress, then you just need 3,400 mini chainsaws. For freshly picked vegetable currency, a total of 3,600 is needed to buy all of these items. 3,400 if you already have the Spiritron dress. Highlighting the Ascension materials available, there are 10 Star Fragments, and then 20 each of Eternal Ice, Refined Magatamas, and Great Night Metals. And to buy all of the firewood items, a total of 3,600 is required, or 34 if, once again, you'll already have this particular Spiritron dress. Among the notable items are 20 Aurora Steel, 20 Soundless Bells, and 30 Evil Bones. Here is a quick look at what can be obtained from the mission rewards. Just to highlight a few things, there is a crystallized lore, something I can never have enough of, a fair amount of Ascension and skill materials as indicated here, and 3 command codes. The 5-star Royal Bunny can increase either Quick Card, Arts, or Buster effectiveness by 10% for 1 turn when attacking with the engraved card. A nice all-rounder of a command code. If you already have Royal Bunny from last year, then a rare prism will be awarded instead. The 4-star command code, Luo Long Mask, will increase the rate of buff success by 20%, 1 time, 2 turns. Perfect to use on those servants with chance-based skills. 200 mana prisms will be awarded if you already have this command code. And lastly, the 3-star command code, the Crimson Fairies Command Seal, that inflicts burn on an enemy when attacking with the engraved card, along with increasing the crit strength of the card by 5%. This could be quite useful to Yang Guifei or even someone like Arjuna Alter. If you claim this from last year, then 100 mana prisms will be the reward instead. Now, let's check out some farming spots where you can best accumulate shop currency. Well-dried firewood can be farmed at the Residence Free Quest, both day and night, which feature all Lancer enemies, with firewood drops averaging 44.5 for day and 46.8 for night. Of course, these figures assume no drop bonuses from CEs. Residence Day features potential drops of lamps and arrowheads. Residence Night features potential drops of mirrors and dust. Freshly picked vegetables can be farmed at the Market Free Quest, both day and night, which feature all caster enemies. For Market Daytime, the vegetables average 46.2, and nighttime the average is 43.7 per run. The Day features potential drops of Grease and Fangs, while the Night has potential drops of Feathers and Stakes. And lastly, the Day and Night Western House free quest featuring all archer enemies is the best place to farm mini chainsaws. Day A has average chainsaw drops of 46.1, along with the potential drops for gallstones and spinal fluid. Western House Day B was noted to have an average chainsaw drop of 44.8. Eggs of Truth and Spinal Fluid are the potential material drops for Day B. Night A currency drop should be around 42.3 per run, with Hearts and Eternal Gears potentially dropping as well. Western House Night B's chainsaw drop average is 44.0, with reactor cores and gears as the occasional material drops. Now, if you're a little bit confused between Day A and Day B, Night A and Night B, don't worry. It'll make a lot more sense as you get into the later portions of the story. If you want to farm all 3 shop currencies at once, Smiling Hotel Day or Night free quest is what you want to focus on. All 3 event shop currencies will drop from this free quest in roughly equal amounts and in decent quantities. Day will net you 28.3, 28.1, and 27.2 for chainsaws, vegetables, and firewood respectively. The farming data on Smiling Hotel Night indicate averages of 28.4 chainsaws, 25.2 vegetables, and 28.2 firewood per run. Again, none of these figures factor in any CE drop bonuses. The daytime will have Spirit Roots and Berserker Secret Gems as the occasional material drops, whereas night will have Fool's Chains and Primordial Lanugos. At the start of the event, there will be 2 banners available. The first features the first set of Summer Servants originally released with Servant Summer Camp, the limited SSR Moon Cancer, Sessionen Chiara, an AoE Art Servant with a conditional 50% NP battery. Not quite the heavy looping arts farmer compared to, say, Space Ishtar, but I still find her really fun to use regardless. Summer Chiara will have another banner come up next year, so don't worry about missing out on her if saving SQ is your priority. Along with Chiara on this banner is the limited SR Archer Eliasville von Einsburn. This AoE Quick Archer has a niche attack buff that only affects child servants, plus she can do some fairly significant quick card critical damage, though her MP damage is around the low middle tier side among her fellow 4-star archers. Summer Ilia will have another banner come up next year as well, so not to worry. Sharing the SR rate up for this banner is the limited 4-star Berserker Brynhild. Equipped with an AoE Buster NP, she also has a per turn NP charge along with the ability to provide arts and Buster buff to servants that are her beloved. Her NP damage is admittedly on the low end relative to other AoE Berserkers in the game, but it also ignores invincibility to make up for it. Like her banner mates, Berserker Brynhild will have another raid up next summer. The other banner released in tandem with Chiara's features the male servants that take part in the event story. Brynhild's ultimate beloved, the limited Saber Sigurd, is the SSR for this banner. This fairly potent single-target Buster Servant also has a niche against dragon enemies, both monsters and servants alike. Personally, my Chaldea is still missing Sigurd, but since I'm resting Wallachun until LB6, I'll probably roll for him during one of his future banners. The SRs sharing the banner are both permanent, Archer Emiya and Saber Prince of Lan Ling. Both are definitely solid servants in their own right, but I wouldn't recommend rolling on this banner specifically for them. Emiya will have another raid up during the Christmas 2023 event, while Lan Ling will be available during a portion of the 6th anniversary banner and also during one of the Road to Lost Belt 7 campaigns. There is one more banner to expect for Summer Servant Camp. Expected to release about a week into the event, it will feature the limited SSR foreigner Summer Abigail Williams. This version of Abby has an AoE Buster MP and among the AoE foreigners, dishes out the most damage without any trait modifiers. And to make it easier to fire her NP, Summer Abby also has a helpful 50% NP battery. This summer version of Eldritch Daughter will have another banner next year during the 7th anniversary. So again, not to worry if you're saving SQ. Tomoe Gozen Saber. Tomoe. This summertime VR gamer version of Tomoe is one of the SRs on Right Up with Abby. The limited AoE art saber that came before Muramasa, Summer Tomoe's looping performance and NP damage does leave something to be desired. Though she can still work and she's adorable. I only have her at MP1 and would love to get additional copies to strengthen her NP damage. But I will be waiting until her next banner. And finally, we come to the last of the summer servants on Right Up, the limited SR rider Murasaki Shikibu. This version of Chaldea's resident librarian dons a swimsuit and dabbles in some cosplay depending on her ascension. She has a single target arts MP that performs pretty well relative to other SRs and even other SSR ST riders. Fans of Murasaki, or Raita servants in general, still have another opportunity to roll for her next year. Oh, wait. I almost forgot about one additional SR that is included with this banner too of Servant Summer Camp. The limited SR Archer Asagami Fujino will also be available to summon. She was one of the scarcest servants in terms of banners. Fortunately for NA, she was included in an unexpected banner during last year's Summer Servant Camp. The good news is she will have another raid up in the future, during the New Year's 2025 campaign. Quite a ways away, but if you were saving SQ and wanted to eventually get Asagami Fujino, then at least there is another opportunity. Well, that's it for what I wanted to cover for this rerun of Servant Summer Camp. Sorry that I'm getting it out a bit after the start of the event. I prioritized the SQ count video first, which limited the time to work on this guide before the event actually started. I remember really enjoying the story of this summer event, especially Concert U's interactions, with some parts I found to be hilarious. So hopefully everyone enjoys playing through it once again, or for the very first time. Normally I would follow up an event guide video with a video on my gacha rolls, but not this time. Wallach-kun has demanded rest to prepare for Lost Belt 6. At any rate, I hope that some of this was helpful, and if it was, I would really appreciate it if you could hit that like button. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next one, enjoy the event, everyone.